This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we talk with one of the organizers of a vigil happening this weekend in Hazleton for the victims of the mass shooting in Orlando. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Ken Kara and I really appreciate you spending some time with the SSPTV family. Let's get to our headlines now from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. 7 people were taken into custody as part of a 2-month-long drug investigation in Hazleton. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, state agents and local police were investigating heroin and crack cocaine sales in the city. The investigation included confidential informants and controlled purchases. You can read much more about the investigation at standardspeaker.com. A group of local professionals working to enrich the region called Hazleton Power are organizing a vigil to remember the victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. Yesterday, I sat down with Power's executive director, Jocelyn Sturenchuk, to talk about the event and why it's so important to have it here in the city. A lot of people felt it was important to hold in the city of Hazleton, including the mayor. You said he got some phone calls. This was important to have.
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't something we planned on doing, but it was something I was kind of like holding off on a little bit, kind of seeing what the reaction was. And we had several people reach out to us through Facebook and other mediums and to the mayor as well. So when he came to me and a few people came to me, I was just kind of like, okay, I think this is something, you know, that our community wants and needs.
So Saturday, 8 p.m., it will be at the Center City Park, right near our studio, actually, corner of Broad and Laurel Streets. And Jocelyn, you have a personal connection. You were married this past fall, I believe, to your beautiful wife, Megan. Very cool person. And so it affected you on a personal level as well. And you didn't want to, that's why you kind of took a step back, though, with Power. You said, listen, if you guys want to do this, we'll do this.
Yeah, I try really hard not to not to bring that into you know, everyday life. It's not who I am. It's just a portion of my life, and I didn't want to take the validity of it out of the seriousness of this, just because, you know, as the executive director of the organization, I happen to be gay. So I kind of took a step back, and when I saw the community come together for it was when I decided that I needed to step up.
And what will be happening at the event? I mean, what can people expect?
I've had a lot of friends, family, and other acquaintances through the course of the last few days. I've seen them go through a range of emotions from what happened, and I've seen how it's had to strike them and how they've had to start to move forward with it. And for this event, yes, we're going to have candles. Yes, we're going to be showing the pictures of the victims. Yes, you know, I'd like some people to come and say some words, but really, you know, whatever you need to do to come to peace with this a little bit. You know, if you need to write a poem, if you need to bring flowers, if you feel you need to pray for those people, whatever it is that's going to help you move on with this tragedy, you know, come and do it.
The last question I want to ask you is, and stepping away from your role as executive director, as Power, just as a resident of this area, does it feel good the people of Hazleton want to do this and reach out, you know, for you and your wife even, and say, hey, you know, we should do this here in the Hazleton area?
I'm getting like emotional. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. It's huge. You know, we do hear, unfortunately, in our community, people will complain about, you know, that we're not very progressive and we're not making the strides we need to make as a community. But I love where I live, and I love, you know, the life that I'm building with my wife here, and I've never felt unsafe in my community. And knowing that there are people coming to us in this situation and saying, I just want you to know that we love you. I just want you to know that we accept you, and we want to do whatever we can to help this, you know, this vigil become a, you know, a success. It's very heartwarming.
Well, Jocelyn, we always appreciate your time, and thank you for coming here today and sharing the message with us here on FYI. And if you get a chance, again, Saturday, 8 p.m., right here in downtown Hazleton, a vigil to remember the victims of that shooting in Orlando. In other news on this Friday, it was a sight you don't see every day in West Hazleton. The beautiful Budweiser Clydesdale horses traveling through the streets. The horses were here to make some special deliveries to several area businesses. FYI intern Daniela Castillo was there, and she'll have much more on the visit on Monday on FYI. Speaking of beer, America's oldest brewery based here in our area is expanding. Yuengling and Son Incorporated, headquartered in Pottsville, will now expand the distribution of its brands to Louisiana. The rollout will take place in August and will include Yuengling's flagship beer, Yuengling Traditional Lager, as well as light lager and black and tan brands. Soon after, Yuengling plans to release its seasonal portfolio to the Louisiana market. Tonight is the night for a special fundraiser for the Hazleton Police Department. We Are Hazleton is hosting a backyard barbecue buffet with draft beer and entertainment at Cassatt's Cafe on Alter Street in Hazleton. Tickets are $25 at the door. The event kicks off at 6 p.m. tonight at Cassatt's Cafe. All proceeds benefit the Hazleton Police Department. Meanwhile, the Hazleton Police Department's impact on the war against crime will be the topic of a brand new Sam Lassant show. Interim Police Chief Jerry Speziale and Mayor Jeff Cassatt will discuss the impact of new strategies with Sam tonight at 7 and 8:30 p.m. Then at 9 p.m., it's an all-new episode of The Girls, The Wedding Show. It's everything you wanted to know about planning your special day. Don't miss these two new shows tonight on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. Check your local listings for additional times. The ribbon was officially cut yesterday on what is being called a unique cigar bar experience. Smoke Ring Cigar Bar in Hazleton.
1, 2, 3. Today we're having our grand opening. We opened here in this past December. We built a brand new building here, to a nice relaxing bar, relaxing place to come if you want to smoke a cigar or if you just want to come hang out. We have a nice patio, a fully stocked bar, and we love the Hazleton area, and that's why we decided to build it in here. We've been in business, in the cigar business in this area for almost 20 years now, and we love the area, and that's why we made this investment here.
The grand opening, the patio we opened up about 2 weeks ago. The fire pits are a big hit. People love to sit out there at night. It's summer, which we don't have that much of in Hazleton, but it's been a little cool, so the fire pits are working very well.
Well, I also am the president of Capriotti's Catering, so we provided some here. We're grilling out here with some hot dogs and hamburgers and food, we're grateful for all our customers and people that came out today. And, we have a fully stocked humidor with cigars from around the world, from Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, with all flavor profiles, and a great martini menu, and a scotch and whiskey and wine menu. So, we have all drinks covered.
Smoke Ring Cigar Bar began with the vision of its owners, Tom Trella, Bob and Lori Veet, and Michael Barletta. It's located at 1008 North Vine Street in Hazleton. You can check them out on Facebook at smokeringcigarbar.com, on Facebook, or at smokeringcigarbar.com. This Sunday is Father's Day. It's also the day of the annual Tamaqua Summerfest. The event is sponsored by the Tamaqua Historical Society, and it takes place from 10 to 5 on Sunday. This year's festival will feature the opening of the new Tamaqua Area Historical Museum, plus there will be train rides sponsored by the Tamaqua Historical Society. Don't miss the rubber duck race on the river, the car show, and much more. And of course, there will be delicious ethnic foods, music, and more. It's the Tamaqua Summerfest Sunday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. For more information, find the event on Facebook. You have to meet my friend I met at the Hazleton Animal Shelter. I was shooting video of this dog and he just crawled right up my lap. Adopt Me is coming up. And later we'll talk with two former Hazleton area lacrosse players about their future plans.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The beautiful weather is here, and so are the parties and outdoor gatherings. Let Sand Springs Country Club in Drums bring their delicious homemade food to you. With a variety of menus, they offer the perfect solution to your next event. Sand Springs offers off-site catering and delivery, in addition to catering events at their various clubhouse venues. For details or to make arrangements to have your event catered, call Sand Springs at 570-788-5845 or go to sandspringsgolf.com.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Mother Nature is just showing off now. What a great day to be spinning around the sun in NEPA. The weekend looks good too. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear, low in the lower 50s. We'll have an east wind around 6 miles per hour. Saturday is sunny and warm with a high near 78 degrees. We'll have a calm wind out there. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 58 degrees. On Sunday, sunny with a high in the lower 80s. Sunday night will be clear with a low of 61. On Monday, more sun comes our way with a high of 83. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 63. Tuesday looks like we'll see some rain. 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, high of 80 degrees. At night, a 30% chance of showers, partly cloudy. Our low is 58 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
If you're a new member to the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, or maybe you would like to be a new member to the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, we have the perfect event coming up for you. Leanne Falabella is here. She is the Vice President of Marketing for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce to talk about the annual new member gathering. So tell us what this is all about.
So this event we hold annually, and it's open to all of our new members that have joined our chamber within the last year. So we do send out an invitation to all of those members, and we also invite anybody that's interested, like you said, in joining the chamber. At this event, what we do is we give our businesses an opportunity to introduce themselves to the group, talk a little bit about what they do, and promote their businesses and services that they provide right here in Greater Hazleton. It's a relaxed evening. We have some drinks and some food, but a lot of information is shared, and we do look forward to this event every year, as do our new members.
And there are a lot of benefits to becoming a member of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. Just touch on maybe, list a couple that maybe they don't know about.
Yeah, and that is, another part of this event. We like to remind our businesses, our chamber member businesses, all the services and events that we have going on that they, take advantage of and use, their chamber membership. We're actually going to have some representatives from our Chamber Choice program there who will provide some information on our healthcare program that we have through the chamber. So if they're interested in that, we're going to have the sales representative right there on hand so they can talk more about that. We'll also have another benefit is our energy program. We have a residential and business energy program, so we're going to have a representative from On Demand Energy there. They're just two of the many benefits of chamber membership, and we like to go over our calendar of events. Last year in total, all in all, with ribbon cuttings, networking mixers, breakfasts, business expos, job fairs, and the list goes on, we had over 120 events last year. So we're a very active chamber, and we want our membership to take advantage of everything. We know that it's impossible to attend 120 events because they're running a business, but we have the opportunities available, and we encourage them to take advantage.
All right. Well, once again, just the date, the time, and the place.
It is Thursday, June 23rd, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Residence Inn by Marriott, which is in Hazel Township, right on Humboldt Station on 924.
All righty. So you can go to the Chamber's website, hazletonchamber.org, or give them a call, 570-455-1509, to get registered for this special event.
Why, thank you, Lisa, for that story. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers. Green screen time on FYI. Pick 2, 40, pick 3, 415, pick 4, 1878, pick 5, 66047. Here comes a great edition of Adopt Me from the Hazleton Animal Shelter.
Hello again. Here I have with me Cassie. Cassie is a young adult terrier mix, possibly 1.5 to 2 years old. Like all of her dogs, she's already spayed and current on her vaccinations, including her distemper and rabies shot. She has also been tested for heartworm and Lyme disease and came up negative for both. Cassie is very affectionate with people, but we're not sure what she's like with other dogs. So as always, if you have a dog of your own, we recommend doing a meet and greet before adopting Cassie. Being a terrier mix, she's very intelligent and inquisitive, so we recommend somebody who has time for some outdoors playtime and maybe long walks. And as you can see, she does have a beautiful and longer coat, which she will need to get groomed occasionally. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here we have MacGyver. Although brought to us as a stray, we believe he was previously kept as an indoor cat because he does have a very healthy weight to him and is already declawed in the front. MacGyver also looks like he received some sort of medical treatment for his ear at some point, perhaps a lanced hematoma. MacGyver is very friendly and, as you can see, loves to be held and snuggled. He gets along fairly well with the other cats also and is completely non-aggressive. Being a declawed cat, he's less of a threat to other animals at home, so we recommend him not only to first-time pet owners, but anyone who has a cat or dog right now as well. That's it for this week's animals. If anybody's interested in adopting Cassie, MacGyver here, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to the Hazleton Animal Shelter here at 101 North Poplar Street.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Girls lacrosse isn't an official varsity sport yet at the Hazleton Area High School, but they are officially doing great things as a number of seniors will continue playing in college next year, including these two young women. Caitlin McDowell will be playing defender at Wilkes University. McDowell was a distinguished graduate this year and wants to be a registered nurse. Her two sisters and her mom are LPNs, so healthcare runs in the family. Caitlin Ward wants to go to veterinary school, but first she'll do her undergrad work at Delaware Valley University and play lacrosse at the NCAA Division III level. McDowell was a basketball player at Hazleton Area until 10th grade. She says she told herself if Hazleton ever got a lacrosse team, she would play. I asked her what drew her to the sport, and I asked Ward if Delaware Valley was impressed that Hazleton Area's program is only 2 years old. What even drew you to it when you were like, I want to play this sport?
I think it's because of how they play. They can pretty much be aggressive and not have to feel bad about it.
That's what they say. It's a very aggressive sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really happy that we're trying to make the sport official in the school district, and they're happy with how well our skill is for only being 2 years old, especially coming from the girls like me who only started this year. They're very impressed with their skills.
The Hazleton Area girls lacrosse team was featured on Out of Left Field this past season. To see the full story, go to SSPTV.com, click on shows, and then Out of Left Field. The Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders lost to Toledo as the Mudheads avoided the 4-game sweep with a 3-2 win. The Rail Riders are at home tonight against Gwinnett at 7:05 p.m. That's it for sports. We have our social report coming up, and then I'll wrap things up right after that.
Happy birthday to Pat, the Queen Bee at Lobitz's Catering, who gets better looking every year. Hi, everybody. On this June 17th, Short Shots. This is a very significant weekend. The U.S. Open, Father's Day, Breakfast at the Elks, the official start of summer, etc., etc. It has been quite a week. The Hazleton Area Lady Cougars Softball Club made it to the Final Four before losing 4-2 to Avon Grove in the state semifinal. The Lady Cougars lost their first game and last game, sandwiching 22 consecutive wins. Coach Heather Dale and her darlings had the whole area listening. It was a tremendous run and a super season, which should produce, hopefully, a few names on the soon-to-be-announced All-State team. Names like Celine Podlesny, who was named Wyoming Valley Conference MVP, Megan Tribalpiece, Hope Kinney, and Mackenzie Ori, who will be picking up her Scotty Roman Award tonight, along with co-winner Bobby Planutis at the Hazleton Swing Club. Rebecca Rossi, Taylor Costa, and Jessica Bernados also had darn good seasons. They're on the WVC All-Star second team. Two Hazleton Area Cougars were drafted by major league teams. Tony Hernandez, a 2015 grad, had a sensational season at Monroe Community College in New Rochelle, New York. He was 10-1 with an ERA of 1.97. He was picked by the Yankees in the 15th round, and Hernandez signed a contract with the Yankees on Wednesday, which included a $100,000 signing bonus. Dante Biazzi was drafted in the 22nd round by the Chicago Cubs. Biazzi missed practically his entire senior season. He underwent Tommy John surgery recently and is facing over a year of rehabilitation. What else? Who has the most hits in pro baseball? Pete Rose, of course, with 4,256. Everybody knows that. Not so fast, and not anymore. On Wednesday night, Ichiro Suzuki passed Rose with his 4,257th hit, but 1,278 of those were during his 9-year career in Japan. So that makes it a very good debate if you are half Japanese. But I don't think so. Mr. Hockey died at age 88. Gordie Howe, who played into his 50s, shattered records, dropped gloves, and threw elbows while helping the Detroit Red Wings win 4 NHL championships. 2 of those records were 801 goals and 1,850 points. They both stood until the great Gretzky came along. Creator won the Belmont, closing out the Triple Crown races. The NHL Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup, their 4th in 6 games. Last night, the Cleveland Cavs made it 2 in a row this week to even the NBA Finals at 3 games apiece behind LeBron's 82 points in 2 games. And finally, since last Friday, Ed Logan of Barnesville and Bob Stagg of Cunningham shot hole-in-ones. Logan hit his ace at Mountain Valley, and Stagg did it at Blue Ridge at the age of 83. Mother of God. Till Monday. Happy Father's Day.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Lucille M. Shiner of Freeland. Services will be held Monday at 10 a.m. at St. John Bosco Church. Burial will take place at the St. John's Cemetery in Freeland. Friends may call Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Doris Urishinairo of Drums. The viewing will be held Monday at 10 to 11 a.m. at the Parlor of Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church. Funeral service will take place in the church nave. The Kroppenhughes Funeral Home is assisting. Sophia Novotny of Freeland. Funeral will be held Monday at 9:30 a.m. at the John J. Pusai Funeral Home. Mass will be held at 10 a.m. at Saints Cyril and Methodius Church. Burial will take place at the Holy Trinity Slovak Cemetery. Friends may call the funeral home Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Helen Noss Oaks Demko of Arizona. Services will take place July 15th at 11 a.m. at the Cunningham Union Cemetery. The Heritage Casa Grande Funeral Home is assisting. Barbara Furco of Freeland. The burial will take place at the convenience of the family under the direction of the McNulty Funeral Home. Anthony Tony Fleury of Hazleton. Funeral will be held Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Mass will take place at 9:30 a.m. at the Queen of Heaven Parish at the Our Lady of Grace Church. Interment will take place at Our Lady of Grace Cemetery. And Marion C. Dwyer of Hazleton. Funeral will take place Saturday at 10:15 a.m. at the Boyle Funeral Home. Mass will be held at 10:30 a.m. at St. Gabriel's Church. Burial will take place at St. Gabriel's Cemetery. Friends may call their funeral home Saturday from 9 to 10:15 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on Channel 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is John DeRose of Gerardville. John, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Many of us yell at our phones and tell them to do stuff for us, but do we ever stop to think how Siri or Google feel? Well, a man in the United Kingdom tweeted some of his grandmother's Google searches and they were a hit. For example, she typed in, "Please translate these Roman numerals. Thank you." Well, thank you, ma'am, for reminding us to always use our manners even when we're online. That's it for us. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there this weekend, including my father-in-law, Vince DiSabella. We'll see you back here on Monday. Take it easy, everyone.